They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. And I never been down with no OPP. I talk about selling our people's property. Don't know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. Ride him. My mother always say when you find a donkey, ride it. Lose donkey. What? Come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. I get everybody sell some every day. They're selling one island, we and they won't keep. What can be left for you and me? Is this the example? What's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too? Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes man. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our. They're selling our country, yes, yes. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling our.
Whoa, girls, we out doing
for being here. In closing, I would just like the Bahamian people to know that the people from Hispaniola West are becoming an existential threat to us. They're interfering with our country, our culture, and our ideology. You have Mr. Louis Georges telling Lincoln the other day he wanted to be prime minister. You have a gentleman who is a Haitian from Abaco, call him Big Move, saying he control Abaco, Louis controlling Nassau, and Johnny Canoe controlling Eleuthera. Then you have the lady with the voice note singing a song, we started on a boat, now we here. The whole team here, but Brave Davis is a part of that team too. It's now she said the whole team here. Huh? You have Fred Smith.
They come to take over.
You got Fred Smith making the comment that he sees no problem with Bahamians of Haitian descent organizing to form political parties, insisting that the country is on its way to this group of society emerging as parliamentary leaders. Well, it can't happen because they ain't no citizen.
There you go.
They ain't no citizen. They could forget that dream. They could forget that dream. They are not citizens. And one last thing I want to show you. Let me show you how complicit the Philip Brave Davis government is, along with Fred Mitchell, Keith Bell, and others. Okay? These are the 17 countries that do not allow renunciation of citizenship. We read this before, but it's worth repeating. Morocco, Argentina, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guatemala, Haiti. I want to stop there. It's 17 in total. Mr. McKinney, this document say Haiti can't renounce. I'm going to show you something right now, just for you to verify it. You have Mr. Markel E.R. Jean Baptiste, a consulate at the Haitian embassy, giving out renunciation letter from a country with can't renounce. Where he getting these letters from? Haiti Parliament stopped that from May 9th, 2011. It was enforced on June 19, 2012, after being posted in the Huffington Post under jurist. He's a criminal. Criminal. But dying the bad part, the Bahamas government at the Department of Immigration is accepting that renunciation letter and still giving the people citizenship, knowing that they can't renounce. I tell you, this is an organized crime, bro. Show me in any history book any government who assisting foreign nationals to take over its own country. This is the worst crime in the past half a century. Watergate is a joke to this. Oh, you ain't believe me?
I'm just stunned. You did right.
What government is assist foreign nationals to take a country over and to displace its own people? Gentrification. Which government?
Nobody.
Find that history book. And I must listen to them and I must support them. Bahamians, let's take our country. They can't take, I was telling you a long time, they can't take this country lawfully. That Bahama, anytime you see now their pictures in the paper, know that the Chief Justice says that the law that they're using is a lacuna.
Don't exist. There's a gap in the law. He said so. Our Chief Justice said so. We're proud of him. Anyway, we're in our show today. Stevie, you wanted to say something? Okay. Because, you might as well. You might as well, because, I mean,
You say which government would allow its own country to be taken over?
That's the question, Stevie.
Well, the kind who say, I is one of you.
Oh,
you is
that
one
one,
of me.
yeah, that's true.
Infiltration, I say.
Yeah.
Penetration.
Anyway, we better roll them drums so we can go home. Time to go home, man.
Zak passé! Zak passé! Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you.
Yes, sir.
and I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. Hey, long now.
Are you all ready and willing to go? Yes.
Good afternoon, Bahamas, and welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to have all of you here. It is a wonderful pleasure to spend my Tuesday evening with you, and have you spend your Tuesday evening with me. Welcome from around the world. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Coalition of Independence website, and many other platforms simultaneously right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and you know what to do when you get in here, and that is share, so that the media doesn't have the word get out there. They're controlled by the government right now, and the only way the message is going to get out is if you get the message out. And so that's why we have this on so much platforms. You can share it on Facebook, or you can share it from YouTube if you have family members who are not on Facebook, etc. We're going to be dropping some more documents. So make sure your family and friends are on here. Make sure you've shared this, tag some people right there in your chat. Get them in here. We're gonna drop some documents today. All right. So get ready to spend your evening with me. And as we do that, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some stuff to talk about with the continues in this country and the takeover of our country. Our country is in jeopardy. There is an existential threat to our very being, to our culture, to our existence, to who we are. We are being threatened. We have to talk about this today. So make sure you get your family and friends on here. It's time to stand up. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to start by reminding you that this Friday, we will be having a mass up and show themselves, for be able to stand up and say, listen, man, we don't like the way things are going. We want different. We want Bahamians to join together. Let me tell you something. They have divided us on political lines in order to get their way 50 years. And this is continuing. On this, we are going to be in serious jeopardy. Our country is going to be in jeopardy. We must put our colors aside and stand together. We must show the government that we do not approve of what they are doing. We do not approve. And so we are with us to come at our rally, the Bahamian People's Rally, on Awaki Fish Fry, right in the stage area, Awaki Fish Fry on Friday at 6 p.m. We are going to be there in full force. Everybody come out. It's going to be a place there for your kids, section for your kids, bouncing castle. They're going to have some treats for them. But we want you to come on here. We have to say there are going to be performances. Many performers are going to be out there. And we are going to release the first 6 of our shadow ministers. And so, as we said, moving forward, we're going to drip feeding, drip releasing our shadow ministers to the Bahamian public as we're ready to release them. And so, the first 6 of our shadow ministers are going to be released. And these are people who are going to step forward and start dealing with things as it relates to their shadow portfolio. It's like we are building an army. We are building an army. And that army includes you. But these are the people who are going to stand in the front lines, who are going to lead the way out of the darkness. It's time for a new Bahamas. So I hope all of you are ready. Make sure you are there. Do not come alone. Bring your family and friends, if only for the entertainment. All right. It is a holiday, so you can be there. There's going to be performances. Make sure you are there to be a part of what it is we have to say and what we are doing. Of course, you know, it's going to be grand. We're going to do this in grand style. Make sure you are there. Don't miss it. All right. We'll talk about that some more a little bit later. I want to thank everyone who contributed to our tea party. Our tea party was phenomenal. Tea party was on Sunday. It was very well attended. Thank you to all of you who were part of that. Everyone was dressed so elegantly. I mean, it was fabulous. The decorations was fabulous. Everything was fabulous beyond belief. I just want to thank all of you who contributed to making that happen. You know who you are, you sacrificed, and you got it done. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. And the new Bahamas is going to happen because of you. All right. So we got some conversations. Listen, I've been getting calls all week from PLPs from all walks of life who just are tired, fed up, sick and tired of what's happening in this PLP government, of the corruption that's happening in their very own PLP government. They are saying they've never seen it so bad. These are PLPs saying this. One young lady called me on Monday and said, listen, I want you to go live with me now. I want to expose the PLP. I want to tell you what's been going on. I want to tell them about these people who are paying us PLPs to slander people, to say different things about people, telling us who to attack. She wanted to go live right there, and I said, listen, no, calm down. I'm not going live until Tuesday. If you still want to do it by Tuesday, if you're still brave enough, then we can talk. She said, man, I want to tell you about Philip Brave Davis' wife. I said, listen, I'm going live on Tuesday. If you still have the courage, you can go and say it yourself. There are people, not just Bahamians, there are people in their own party who are fed up and who have had enough. There are people in the PLP who have had enough. They're imploding. The old corrupt way is not working anymore. We need something different. And so we've been getting so much calls, and there's so much to process because we always investigate before we put stuff out there. We don't just put stuff out there, but they're imploding. They're imploding. So I don't even know where to start, but we're going to start somewhere. There's so much to talk about today. But we're going to try to get to all of it. We got documents and documents and documents. Where to start? Where should we begin? Where should we begin? I know. I'm going to start where we did last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I want to start here. Just a little warning to all of you. Let's see if we have loaded. Have we loaded the pictures? You know, I've seen pictures circulating of Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis smoozing around all over the place with Louis Georges, that treasonous person who went internationally and lied on the Bahamas and released documents lying on the Bahamas. I've seen pictures circulating. If those pictures aren't enough to show you exactly what is going on, I don't know what else you're going to need in order to understand the seriousness of what Philip Brave Davis is doing. I don't know what else you're going to need to see that they have sold out. I don't know what else you're going to need to see. We don't have the pictures loaded, but I'm sure you've seen them all over social media. I don't know what else you need to see. They've even changed the color of the chicken in the roundabout to red and blue. Why? I couldn't tell you. There's something going on that is transformative. And if y'all don't wake up, you could be in trouble. All right? If y'all don't wake up, you could be in trouble. The first document I want to reveal to all of you is an interesting document. I got some documents on Haiti and what's going on with the Haitians right now, right here in the Bahamas. Some scandalous documents that Haitians are revealing, because some Haitians are sick of how people are getting so much citizenship right now and getting it so easily. And there are some Haitians who've been here 30 years, etc., been a part of our society, and they're saying, well, they've been waiting 30 years and they couldn't get citizenship. Now all of a sudden, these people just reach on the boat from Haiti and they getting straight. They getting their citizenship. These are Haitians coming forward. Not every Haitian likes what's going on. Not every Haitian appreciates what this New Day government is doing. And so we got some documents to drop. We'll wait for that. All right. First, there was some curious information that came to me about. Remember last week we had Rock Morris on here, and Rock Morris actually talked about the Consumer Protection Commission and how the Consumer Protection Commission was going into a building that he says is owned by PLPs, and he said there is reports that is owned by Tilly Burrows, who's a known PLP crony. Tilly Burrows is actually Greg Burrows, former PLP MP who owned the gas station on East Street South. Tilly Burrows is Greg Burrows' brother, right? And so now there's a building that they acquired and they're renting. And so the allegations on this board from Rock Morris is that the rent is $50,000 for both of them. So that's a total of $100,000 for two government agencies to be in there. $100,000. When he says that he personally was sent to find a building, and the building was going to cost them $7,000 a month. They're currently in a building, and I don't see why there's an urgency for them to move, because they're currently in the building. Let me see if I can show you that building. We got that building. All right, where's the building? All right, no, that's not the building. That's the chicken that changed color. So, not the chicken that changed color. All right, so here's the building. They're currently in here. All right, they're currently in here. The other agency is actually on what is it, Rosetta Street building. So that's also a new good building, but this is a newly renovated building, and they're currently in there. All right, they're currently in there, and so this is where they're operating from, and they're sharing it with another government ministry. So, but because they are moving here, they are moving here. This is the building next to the paint place down there. on Harbor Road, now Tony Williams Darling Highway. This is the new building they're going in. They're going in this building right here, and they're going to spend $100,000. It's according to the board itself, the vice chairman of the board. They're going to spend $100,000 a month to go in here. The government could have just built their own building. All right, and so the documents coming soon and all of this. Stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. But that isn't what I had to talk about tonight with this. I just wanted to update you that this is the building they're going into. And they're going into a part of this, not the whole building. Just a part of the building. And they're going to pay $1,000 a month to go in a part of this building. But let's continue. The executive director of, you see, when stuff about to go down, people start to get moved around. The executive director of the Consumer Protection Commission was recently let go, fired. They found a reason to get rid of her. They got rid of the executive director. Now, what is so interesting is when they sent out the first initial letter to her, to respond, they were accusing her of some things, but it wasn't, nothing serious. They were asking her to answer questions on certain things. And she asked them, well, give me details. What is it you want to know? She just sent a letter. They ignored it and waited for 14 days and then came back and said, hey, they went to the board and said, hey, she fired, eh? And then the letter that was given to her, why she was fired, they put stuff that wasn't originally the reason they were dealing with her. They put stuff like, theft and other stuff in there. But they never said what she stole, or they put stuff like fraud in there and this other stuff. And the board really doesn't know what these accusations are, where these accusations come from. The only thing they can say is that she got a promotion and her salary moved from $45,000 to $60,000, and she gave herself the increase in salary, and they can't see anything else. But nothing was explained. All right, nothing was explained. This is what the board is saying, and that's curious to me. But I'll get back to that in a second. What is most curious about the documentation that I received wasn't that explanation. There was something else more sinister that goes along with the documents that came to me. I'm going to show you something right now that's going to blow your mind. And this is how kindergarten, unprofessional, and incompetent this government is. Before I show you the document, let me make sure I have it loaded. I don't want to miss it. Show you no other document that you're only ready to see yet. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me show you this. Yeah, I'll show you this. Here we go. So this is an email. We redacted some names there because we didn't, we're not showing the name of the lady. That's why it says good afternoon. We're not showing her name, and we're not showing some people there, right? So this is a letter from one board member to the executive director firing. Well, this is where they were saying that they were trying to catch up, but they couldn't catch up with her, and then they attached the letter, the termination letter, right? And so watch this. Watch this. All right, it's from Patrice Watson. All right, and it's to the lady who was fired, right? The executive chairman. Here's good afternoon. I trust this email finds you well. We have tried several attempts to hand deliver this letter to you. Hence, we have had to resort to this method of communication with you. Yours sincerely, Patrice Williams. All right. Now, let me see how much smart people in here. who sees something wrong with this letter? So this is a letter. This is I guess, a board member of the Consumer Protection Commission, and sending to the executive director of the Consumer Protection Commission, and they send a letter to fire her. But this is the email they attached the letter with. I'll show you the letter after this. But does anyone here see something wrong with this particular email? Let me move this up the screen so I can see your answers. Does anyone? All right. Let me just look at your answers first. Does anyone? Someone says it's not saying why she's been fired. Not saying why she's been fired. No government stamp. Okay. Nelson Thompson says it from Lowe's. And Gibson says, why is Lowe's letterhead? Say, why is Lowe's on it? Man, listen, my New Bahamian people are sharp. The New Bahamas is sharp. Someone says the heading of the letter, Lowe's. See that? That's my Bahamian people. You know, the New Bahamian, we didn't fall over the Moldrix no more. Now, I open it again, and we look at this again. How in the world do you send a letter? So apparently this person who's on the CPC in the Consumer Protection Commission Board also works at Lowe's, Patrice Watson. She's Consumer Sales and Service Manager at Lowe's. Right? Why would you send a letter from your Lowe's email? This is just a letterhead. This is from the Lowe's email. This is P. Watson at loweswholesale.com. Subject, Consumer Protection Commission, and then they put the person's name there. Date, May 26, that's a couple of days ago, 2023, 1 p.m., and it has these different board members on it. I'm releasing this in the public interest, all right, as it was released to me. And so, if you are making slanderous accusations against, and we're releasing this from your Lowe's email, Lowe's has access to this. And so if anything you accuse them of isn't true, you just slandered them. Should you have mixed the CPC information with Lowe's information? This is the problem I have with this. That's one problem. It shouldn't have been mixed, right? That's one problem. But let me tell you another huge problem. We must not only avoid corruption, but we must also avoid the appearance of corruption. What does that mean? That's a legal term. This person is a commission, but she works at Lowe's. How could you be on the Consumer Protection Commission and you work in sales at Lowe's? Someone explain that to me. Because what then if you want to make a complaint against Lowe's? What if you want to make a complaint against Lowe's? Can't touch Lowe's because this woman from Lowe's is so powerful, she could fire the executive director of the Consumer Protection Commission. Of course, the board did it, not her, but she's the one who was executing it. Do y'all see a problem? what kind of mix-up country this is we living in? Like nothing makes sense. Nothing works. If you want to be on the Consumer Protection Commission, you should not be working in any business that deals directly with consumers. You can't be working to Kelly's, to Lowe's, at a car company. Only in the Commonwealth of Narnia. Someone says Bikini Bottom. The woman literally, we so deep in Bikini Bottom, she sent this thing from her Lowe's email. Jesus. From her Lowe's email. There's the letter. So this is the letter that they say was attached to that email there. So Consumer Protection Commission, first floor, Charlotte Street. It's from May 12th. By Ann, Executive Director of the Consumer Protection Commission. That's who it's to. Reference to employment termination. It says, "Dear Madam, we write with reference to the above captioned matter. We also act on behalf of the Consumer Protection Commission based on preliminary findings of our external review of the Commission books and records. Please accept this letter as a formal notice of the board's decision to terminate your employment with the Commission, with the Consumer Protection Commission, effective immediately. According to Section 32 of the Employment Act of the Bahamas, section whatever, you are hereby summarily dismissed on the following grounds. On the following grounds: theft, etc. Y'all can see it for yourselves. Theft, fraudulent offenses, dishonesty, gross misconduct. It says you are hereby required to return any company-issued identification or keys, the company vehicle to the premises. Further, you are strictly prohibited from conducting business, inclusive of accepting funds in any form on behalf of, sorry, my phone ringing. On behalf of whatever, you see it. People calling in. I'm not taking any calls yet. Let's hold on. We'll open the lines in a minute. I'm sorry. Not taking the calls yet. Just hold 1 second. All right. Now this didn't make the news. I didn't even know they got fired. But I want you to pay attention of who replaces that person. That's what I want you to pay attention to. Let's see if Mr. Adley replaces that person. And then we'll come back to all of this. All right? Stay tuned. That's documents from deep inside. All right? So who's the person they fired? That's the executive director of the commission. You know what governments do? They tend to put their people in place and they tend to try to move people out of the way. All right? That they don't feel is loyal to them. But it's interesting that all that skullduggery went down with the building, et cetera, and but around the same time that's happening, they removed the executive director. Could it be that the executive director didn't want that to happen? I don't know. I'm speculating as a member of the public. Could it be that the executive director wasn't down with their plot and they found something on them? Could it be? I don't know. Remember what happened with BEC? That they wanted certain things to happen when minutes got in there and they fired the whole board And that turned into a big lawsuit. They got rid of the board so they could get what they want. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. So when I open the lines, you can tell me what you think about that. But in the meantime, I want to touch on something else in the meantime because there's so much things to say right now. So much things to say. If you're just tuning in, many of you just tuned in. If you just tuned in, you have 1,400 y'all on here now, 1,424. If you just tuned in, we're having a rally because we are fed up with this country the way it is. If you don't stand with us, we're in trouble. The rally is on Friday at 6 p.m. Make sure you're there. I don't care if it's raining. Come in the rain. Bring your umbrella. We could be out there. There's going to be entertainment. There's going to be performances. There's going to be speeches by our new shadow ministers. All right? We're not there. We come there to bash. No PLP for them. If you all don't know how crooked they are by now, that's on y'all. We come in with a vision of the new Bahamas. It's time for something to change. We're tired of these corrupt animals that continue doing what they're doing. And we thank you to all the PLPs who are standing up to them. We thank you for your integrity, for standing up for Bahamians. This time, I ride in Bahamian. That's what I ride. COI represents. That's what we going with. All right? Blackout. All right, so let's continue. All right, let's continue. I received some documents, right? I'm in conversation with blackmail, and I've been trying to investigate certain things, and and blackmail has been doing a phenomenal job at keeping the government's foot to the fire related to citizenship stuff. But I told them, listen, blackmail, you're doing a great job. I appreciate what you're doing out there. You're educating the Bahamian people. But there's only one way to fix this. Only one way. You can go to the courts where the same system appointed these judges. You can go, and protest, and then they just ignore you because they're making so much money from this. But the only real solution is to get rid of the PLP and F&M. You can't put the F&M back because they started this with Pinland. He made a deal with Key and the rest of them to bring in these illegal immigrants and let them work. If you go back to the F&M, Pintard is now the leader. What happens? Pintard was a lapdog of Fred Smith. Pintard worked for Fred Smith. Fred Smith funded Pintard. Well, it was really Louis Bacon's money because they were trying to fight NIGAR. But it funded Pintard and what they were doing. So you think if Fred Smith's lapdog, Pintard gets in, that something's going to change the race of immigration? No. It's going to get worse. If you think that Brave Davis being here and saying how he's working, etc., and you're seeing the only solution is get rid of the PLP and F&M. Solution. This time I ride in COI. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Friday is coming. In just a few days, I think what are we? 3 days away. Black Friday, the real Black Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, come, let's black out. Let's show the government that listen, we're not falling for the political tricks anymore. Y'all just do what's right. Show them that you are a force and that you're something to reckon when you're tired. Let's bring the change. All right? Show them. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. Now, a lot of Haitian nationals do not agree with this government allowing our country to be flooded, a lot of them. With our country to be flooded with the illegal, a lot of people don't agree with it. Right? A lot. A lot of them are tired. I think we're having some little technical issues. Don't worry. Don't worry. I expect sound to be going right about now. All right. Okay. I think sound is back. Let me show you some documents that we received from the Haitian diaspora. See it? Make sure we have it on here. Let's go. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Okay. Okay. I think we have it up. Make sure we can see this problem properly. Hold on, let's make sure we got these documents uploaded. I don't see them there. All right, let's make sure we got these documents uploaded. All right. Okay, let's take a little quick commercial break and I'll play a video. I'll play a video, upload, and we'll be right back.
And I start with a document released by Tenneco. It's a Tenneco 1986 internal report. States that the oil projections in the Bahamas are anywhere from 4 billion to 17 billion barrels. In 1986, Lyndon Pindon gave Tenneco authorization to drill 7 exploratory wells. The names of those wells are Manta Bay, Sand Shark, Bluefin, Lionfish, Blue Marlin, Grouper, and Hammerhead. Now, findings. Manta Bay estimate 1.447 billion barrels.
So the first question most people ask is, why are you in the Bahamas? And there's some sort of presumption that it's about palm trees and beaches and cocktails, but actually we're in the Bahamas because it's a very, very, very prolific oil-producing region. There were, as I'll get into in a few minutes, there are historical wells. It's in a very prolific oil-producing region. There's been a 3D seismic campaign. And
Lionfish, estimate 0.94 billion barrels. Grouper, estimate 6.492 billion barrels. Hammerhead, estimate 1.007 billion barrels. Total amount of barrels estimated 17.063 billion barrels. Bahamas 3D seismic test and what was discovered. 1. 3 traps identified as fulls of where oil has accumulated. 2. These traps rival those of the Middle East in size. 3. The Bahamas' oil potential is as big as those of the Middle East. What has happened with the natural resources of the Bahamas, especially oil? The oil resources of the Bahamas, Bahamians, are worth tens of trillions of dollars.
We're at the point where we have to drill a well, and we have to get going on the drilling of that well by April 2017.
Sorry about that. Now the song is back. Bet you didn't know about that oil stuff. Yes, it is real. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Um, uh, they found oil in 1986. This stuff they were doing recently was a sham. Notice they didn't even really dig to the depth and they just left. That was a sham. Get to that another day. But there's so much to talk about, man. Listen, this country is just, we can do so much more, but we keep getting swing. Let's look at these documents, man. Let's look at these documents. All right, documents. They up? Yeah. Firstly, this is a document. I redacted this person's information. Let's say we have a letter from the Department of Education to Haitian National. Please be advised that the following application has been approved. So the person applied to become a citizen of the Bahamas. The nationality is Haitian. I hit their ID number. They want a citizenship certificate, which means permit type, naturalization, under the Nationality Act, Section 9. So not Section 7, but Section 9. All right? And they're calling it application reason data correction. What does that mean? Data correction. What they correcting? This person is applying for citizenship. Do they have some new area or new qualification, new classification called data correction? I also moved that picture, the green little spot, and that's the person's picture. I just moved it. All right. What in the hell do they mean data correction? What is that supposed to mean? All right. They paid $1,000. All right. And so this is their approval letter. And they can pay to cash and go or by credit card. So documents. Listen, they're giving out citizenships like water right now. See that? See that? Data correction. That means you was Haitian, make you Bahamian. I guess that's what data correction means. Or someone from immigration can explain to us exactly what that means. When you all work the polls this time, make sure everyone coming in can speak English, please. Just a request. Here is something interesting. All right. This here is a renunciation of citizenship document. Embassy of the Republic of Haiti in Nassau, Bahamas. What gives the embassy the right or authorization to issue this? And this was done on the 19th of May. The 19th of May. Now, the government of Haiti is dysfunctional. The government, you can't get no documents from Haiti. You can't prove nothing from Haiti. But so how do you get a renunciation letter from the embassy here? Who authorized them? Who are they acting on behalf of? Because Haiti is not functional right now. And so this document says, and I don't know how they can renounce. All right? It's clearly they didn't go to Haiti. They cannot renounce. Now let's go. It says, on this 19th day of May, AD 2023, appeared before us McKelly M. Ridley Jane Baptiste, counselor at the Embassy of the Republic of Haiti, the Commonwealth of Bahamas, acting as notary public in accordance with this affairs concerning consular duties. All right? The Republic came to them and said, listen, that's in accordance with Article 86C of the Foreign Affairs Law. All right, 86C. And then it names the person, Haitian national, date of birth, place of birth, all right, mother's name. I removed all that stuff. And the date this was issued, and to identify exactly who this person is. And then they sign at the bottom. And it's signed by McLean E.R. Jane Baptiste. All right? And so they are issuing renunciation letters from the Haitian embassy here in the Bahamas. Why, Prime Minister, and I received a document like this, I would have asked them to immediately close down their embassy. But first, we would have asked them to cease and desist. Were they to do this again, we would have asked them to close down their embassy, pack up, and leave. See? It's documents. This is what they're doing. This is how they're doing it now. See, because we have revealed that they have a problem, persons like Blackmail and others and myself will tell them that they have a problem because they have to renounce citizenship first. So now they got this new scheme where we can renounce it, but we can get the renunciation certificate from the embassy. From the embassy. Y'all see this? Jesus. Him is ready to stand up and fight yet? No? Are we going to just sit down and let this happen? Phone lines are open 803-5995, 803-5995. We got some more to talk about. I can open the phone lines now. We're going to do an hour. 803-5995, 803-5995 is the phone number. Y'all call me. Tell me what y'all think, man. Y'all let's start with this. 803-5995. 803-5995. Y'all call us in. There it is. That's the number. 803-5995 is the number. Call us in and tell us what you think about what's going on. Are Bahamians just overreacting with all this, Haiti stuff and all the Haitians that are flooding in? Are they just overreacting? It could be, Is that the case? Let me know what y'all think. 803-5995 is the number. I'll read some of your texts in the meantime. Haitian can alongside citizenship, it's illusion. While the Haitian government is not functioning, the embassy should also be closed in Nassau. That is very true. Because the embassy represents who? The embassy can't represent itself. So my mic corruption is so high. Go to the phone line. Good evening, you're live.
Good evening, Mr. Bain. I want to let you know something. I'd like to let the Bahamian people know something and the international people listening. Last week, I went into the bank to get some money for the ATM. As the money was dispensing, I was telling a lady about you who's getting her money. And she looked at me, Bahamas, and she smiled until the person just left the ATM was telling her about the COI and Lincoln Bain. So the word is getting out and we are getting good coverage. Please keep up the work and don't stop. Thank you, Mr. Bain, for exposing everything.
Thank you, too.
Good night.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to happen not if I do something or if I do all the right things. This is going to happen if we do the right things, if we push it, if we make this happen. That's what's going to make it possible. We have to spread the word. Good evening, you're live.
Yes, Poor People Defender.
How you doing, man?
Everything blessed. Yeah, Mr. Ben.
Yes.
Our Constitution reject what you just showed with that letter of renunciation. Because Haitian cannot renounce their citizenship, not in their constitution. And two, our constitution was only talking to British people, wasn't talking to no French people. Now what I want to ask is something like that. Let's even say with the voters. If you get in, or even right now, how people voting, who ain't supposed to be voting, I feel, and this is just my opinion, because my brother is a lawyer who's over in the States, and me and him had a big conversation with this, and he brought something to my attention. You could recall, even if you find one of them who voted for the Prime Minister, and something would fly over everybody's head. How come when you go to carry important documents to the House, you go in a respectable way? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But when the Haitians, them having their flag day, our Prime Minister out there standing up with Louis George. Anybody recognize that or see that?
Yep.
Man posing with Louis George. He went out to the flag day, Most of y'all didn't know that. Did y'all see that? The video of that?
Yep, he did.
He was with Louis George, but then you, the humans, I getting real with this. And when I say, it's out of you have us, and the word path is going down because you have people all around the world right now that is fighting for their rights to survive, for their rights to be, you understand what I'm trying to say? Every day, if one person gets inside of this, I call that criminal organization, they keep adding to the population every day. How much days of the year? If 10 people get, let's just say, become a citizen on that side, how much days in the year? And I think we look at it like that. And wrong is wrong. If they cannot renounce, somebody has to go there and give account from government, because if you all get that paper that they legalizing people for institution, and you have to keep on. And here's the thing, what I think you all should do, even though you're a smart, brilliant man and you doing what you gotta do, I bet you, man. But you all gotta start something where if you ask every citizen of donate something, where you all can go get a lawyer to fight. Embassy, they should put them in. They'll put him in the front. I'm lying and get him out of the country because he's breaking the law.
Yeah.
Why don't you keep on endorsing? But anyway, I can let you respond to that, and I can sit back and listen.
Yeah. Time as those lawsuits come around, and let me assure you that Philip Brave Davis and the PLP are going to be long gone. They're going to be long gone, and they're going to be on someone else. They may have Chester Cooper or someone else there, and they're going to tell you, oh, that was brave, but we have someone new now, so fall for the new tricks, because it won't be relevant anymore. Those kind of cases, years, 5, 10 years, etc., the government is going to be changed by then. What we really need to do is get rid of this government. Simple as that. We need to organize ourselves into an army. And that is why it's important that you come out, drop the time off if you are working on a holiday, and make sure you are there so that they know that there is another force out there, a Bahamian force, who is not going to sit down and let them do whatever they want to do in this country. We have to show them there are Bahamians ready to stand up. And we are a political threat, just like the PLP was a political threat, though they were fighting for civic causes of equal rights and justice for all Bahamians and Bahamianization, etc. There was a threat politically for civil causes. We must show them that we are going to stand up and we can take this. Let me tell you what's happening right before your very eyes, and you may not notice it. While we are celebrating 50 years, the Haitians are celebrating right in your face. I'm not against Haitians. I'm not against anybody. You know, and it's hard to have these conversations because all they start doing is saying, oh, they hate, they hate, they hate. I'm not hating anybody. I'm loving who I am. I'm loving Bahamians. They just had celebration last week. They having celebration again this week. They're having celebration again. All right? So this weekend, they'll be celebrating again in the face of everything that we're doing as Bahamians. Why you need to celebrate your culture now while we're trying to celebrate our culture? The reason they are having these big events, remember after the election, Louis George did a Facebook post where he said, we're not in the bushes anymore. We're coming out now. Now, all of a sudden, you're seeing people walking around in the mall and they're speaking loud, Creole, et cetera, et cetera. You're seeing them coming out now. And that was a message going out there to all of them. You're hearing Fred Smith say things like, they should form a political party. Some things are happening right in your face, and you sitting down talking about, I just as PLP, I supporting my party. Y'all leave these people alone. I just F&M. I just Pintard. Pintard to be straight. What your children will be. So what they're doing is they're having these events to build their morale, to boost their morale. That's what they're doing. Just hold the line one sec. Coming to you right now. They're trying to boost their morale. They're having concerts, attracting a lot of people. All right, attracting a lot of people to these concerts so they can boost their morale. Let them see they're not alone. Let them see, listen. We large now. We got an army. We ain't in the bushes no more. We taking over. That's what the mindset is. They're coming to you right now, caller. I just want them to see this. That's why this woman.
So y'all know every Haitian flag there's always be these xenophobic people who always want to tell us, go where you come from, go where you come from. You all need to be celebrating this thing, some here in the Bahamas, you're Haitian. But anyway, started on a boat, now we're here. Started on a boat, now my whole team's here. I'll be so fine, Alex. Call and get my own. Okay? Call and get my own. We ain't going nowhere. We here to chew, we here to stay. We going nowhere. Happy Flag Day, family. Bye-bye.
A word to the wise is vision. Wake up before it's too late. Caller, you live.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lincoln. Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Lincoln, I was doing some homework, not homework, but I was doing some stuff on Facebook, and I came across some information actually out of the United States of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And they came across some information whereby it probably leaked out, whereby this Haitian immigration was selling out their birthright, which in the passports, these immigrants. And when they found out, they fired him right away. I don't know if they give him jail time. But actually, the same thing is happening here. And we have to do the same thing. We have to fight them. But see, corruption is so deep in this country that I don't know if that could happen. They would not go after them. And let me say this too. The same thing that was happening in Dominican Republic with the takeover in that country, the same thing to my Bahamian people, the same thing is happening in the country. And if the Bahamian people don't wake up and realize what's going on under their chin, and while they're sleeping, dogs will eat our lunch. We will lose this country, and that's their attitude, that's their mindset in this country. Let's take this country from the Bahamian people. Good afternoon.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This is serious. There will be room in the New Bahamas for everybody. But you got to come the right way. You got to do this the right way. How could it be wrong for us to say, come the right way? And when you come, don't try to take over our country. Don't try to push your own political agenda in our country. What are you trying to push? For everyone to come and just take over? For the 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 million people that just come and take this over. So whatever's happening there, let it start happening here. That's what the solution is. What's the end? What's the end game in all of this? Just open the borders. We want Haitians to work in the New Bahamas. We want Filipinos, Americans, Europeans, and all of them to come, and they're going to work for us. But you're going to come the right way. We're going to reveal our plan for immigration at the rally. We're going to summarize a few and make it make sense. And there are Haitians who agree with what we're going to support. That's what we're doing now. Good afternoon, you're live.
Hey, good afternoon. Mr. Ben.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Good night to the Bahamas.
Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Ben, for the 50th anniversary, right? What I see the Haitians doing is demonstrating how you celebrate your culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because for 50 years right now, you don't think every weekend it's just been a Bahamian sort of festival or concert, portraying the Bahamian culture came from. Straight up to that. And see, if maybe we were doing that, right, then possibly, the Haitians or whoever wouldn't have a chance to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
But because we lost our swapped it for different culture, the Bahamas culture got so defeated because the Amos would prefer to listen to foreign music before most of them, right? And that's only because we allow the infiltration of so many different cultures in our midst. And I think it was purposely done because why? From 73 to now, right? We proved that our government wasn't really interested in developing the country. They only was interested in making sure that the people them are divided so that they can control them. That's proven.
Yeah.
Right? Because if that wasn't a fact, then we would have been able to see greater returns from 50 years to now. We would have been able to see things that we could have been proud of, but there's absolutely nothing to celebrate in this country other than political corruption, right? And I'm so grateful for the COI for coming along, and I hope the Bahamian people, I know the Bahamian people are listening, and I know the Bahamian people are moving in that area because everywhere I go, there's COI, and COI is not getting no short end of step, and no conversation, mostly what I deal with, right? But at the end of the day, Mr. Van, keep up the good way. You, Ms. Charlotte Grant, and good morning, my beam and my favorite lady, the first lady. Y'all keep it up, man. Right? We have to change this country because it was proven that the PLP and the FNL ain't right for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Have a good night.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your call. 802-5995 is the number. 802-5995. We had an interesting, good laugh. That's a picture of Brave Davis smooching up to these people. Well, Louis Georges says he wants to be prime minister, and so Brave, I guess, is training him. He thinks he's using him, but he's training him. Let me make you all understand something. We live in democracy, and democracy means majority rules. Once we are not the majority anymore, it's over. We put up some signs promoting our mass rally that we're having on Friday. Expecting to see all of you and your family, everybody, all the children, bring everybody. And someone spray painted it, not someone, the PLP, spray painted on it, Haitian boy or something like that. Haitian boy or Haiti boy or something. I don't know what they're saying by it. I guess they want us to think it's the Haitians who, that's nothing to do with Haitians. That's the PLP. They're terrified, right? They're terrified of us. And so we know why. All right? Let's leave that like that. We know why. In the meantime, I was, sitting on the dock of the bay. It was yesterday, and I saw a barge coming full of sand. That's a barge full of sand. That was actually right. That's Nassau Harbor. Barge full of sand. Where the sand come from? Where it going? What's going on? How much money are we gonna get for that? Nothing. That's a barge full of sand. What are we gonna get? Nothing. I hope all of you had a chance to watch our documentaries. I sent a link out. Go to our website, coalitionindependence.com, and watch the documentaries, y'all. Make sure that you know exactly what is going on. Make sure you know why we're fighting, why we're out here doing all of this. Make sure you know. That's the barge. It was sailing. That's a video of it. Right in Nassau Harbor. Taking lots and lots of sand. Lots and lots of sand. Maybe it's...
Did you know that Miami Beach is running out of sand? The sand on this beach used to be from the Bahamas. That's miles away. There are $40.5 million worth of sand being imported here this year. 9.5 miles of beach, that is a lot of sand to replace. I'm getting in the sea. Did you know that Miami Beach is running out of sand?
Very interesting. Every Bahamian can benefit. Every Bahamian can benefit. What are we going to do, Bahamas? Let's stand together before we lose everything. Again, if you're watching this, we're having a rally on Friday at 6 p.m. That's Labor Day at 6 p.m. Friday, Labor Day, 6 p.m. Friday, Labor Day, 6 p.m. Join us. Make sure you are there. Be a part of the change. Show the government that if they can show up to show their strength, that's a show of strength, you know. That's a show of strength to show the government, listen, you better bow to us. That's a show of force. They did it in the form of a concert because more people are going to come out to a concert than if you say it's political or anything else or activism or whatever. People will be more afraid and commit. But they did that to show you, look at us. Bahamians, you all better respond. There's power in numbers. Let's come together, all right? Make sure you're there. So somebody else says they can't make the rally in person, but be watching from Marco City. Well, what you can do is make sure you call all your family and friends. Take the time out to do it. You gotta evangelize. Take the time out to call your family and friends and tell them, go to the rally. That's what you can do. Call all the people on your phone, on your list, and send them the flyer. And you call them and tell them, go out there and hear what they have to say. Go be a part of this. Be a part of the change. Stand up for your one country. Show them that we have strength too. Show them that the Bahamian people have had enough. So if you can't make it, I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in America, Canada, you call your friends and family, you tell them, go out there and show them other people. There's Bahamians who have not sold their souls. There are Bahamians who ride in Bahamian and not colors. There are Bahamians who are not going to stand down and let this country go to the dogs. You got to stand up for this. I'm going to leave it at tonight. I thank you for joining me. When I see you again, it's going to be on a rally stage. We're starting the war. To take our country. We're starting the war. Okay, one more person going to call in. You take them and then I'll end there. I got 5 more minutes. Good evening, you're live.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm calling in reference to the Haitian embassy here in Nassau.
Mm-hmm.
Since we already know, we're well educated now, we know what the Haitian constitution says about them not being able to renunciate their citizenship. And we also know what our constitution says. Is there somebody or like a group, someone who can put together a letter that we can take to the Haitian embassy here, letting them know exactly what I'm sure they already know. But that's just to reinforce that, hey, we know that you're handing out some fraudulent documents here, and we need it to stop. Is there some way we can get this done in order to put a protest?
Yeah, we can protest at the Haitian embassy. the fact of the matter is, what really needs to happen is we need a sensible government in power who is going to get in and do what's right. Let me say this. Milo Butler and them was fighting for Bahamians to get jobs, to be able to open bank accounts and certain other things. If they had sit down waiting for the UBP to do what's right, we would have still been waiting. They had to go, Pinland and them had to go and take the country over and then implement the things that needed to happen. We know that there's corruption happening at embassies. We know that there's corruption in our government. We are seeing it every day. And so we know that they're not going to do anything differently. What we need to do is organize ourselves, become a part of this, wherever your branch is, become a part of it, join up with any movement that is fighting to stop the nonsense that's happening in this country. Become a part of the fight. And that's why we're doing this. What I love about the people who are part of the COI is that no one in the COI was interested in politics before. No one. It's all real Bahamians who say, boy, we got to do something. That's all it is. Real Bahamians who said, listen, man, we can't just sit down and watch this. We got to do something. And they've put themselves forward. Qualified persons have said, listen, I'm going to stand up no matter what the risk is. No matter if I lose my mortgage, my house, whatever, I am going to stand up. We have had enough and the country can't continue to go in this direction. That is what has to happen. We have to, in 3 years, we're going to blink and 3 years is going to be here. We have to understand that it ain't long now, but come together, fund the movement, be a part of the movement, show up when you're supposed to show up, and get rid of these evil, corrupt dogs that are dogging this nation. It's simple as that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. The teachers are now crying for their money. The teachers, see, they just signed with the teachers. And remember I told you, it's one thing to sign, is the next thing to get. They made it look so good where they were signing with different unions and saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Oh, here's what we just offered them, here's what we gave them. They've been signing these stuff from time immemorial, before I was born. They've been signing these kinds of things. There is always a fight to get what you signed for. Stop celebrating when these governments come and make these announcements. It's normally BS. It's normally flim-flam. Come on, man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got just a minute left. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. This is serious time. This is critical. We have to take this serious. We have to take this serious. Join us to stand up for our nation. No one else is going to do it. You're not hearing from the FNM and Pintard. You're not hearing from them. They don't care. You're not hearing from the PLP government. They're not answering you on certain things. You're hearing more from PLP generals telling their government to stop their nonsense than anyone else. And for all of you out there standing up, Brittany and others, continue to stand up for what is right. That is what you need to do. Put politics aside. If you see that your party is going wrong and you know what is right, Brittany, Kitty, and other persons who are standing up, persons who have left their party like Miss Blue, who have left the PLP because they've had enough. You're doing the right thing. Let's stand up for our country this time or we're going to lose this. Come out on Friday and hear the vision for new Bahamas. The new weapons, because the old weapons ain't going to work no more. Come see the first 6 of our shadow ministers who are ready to stand up and put their lives on the line for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a new Bahamas. It's time. Stand with me as I stand with you. I'm going to stand in the front and take all the blows. If you want to contribute to our rally that we're having in any way, you want to be a part of contribution, I don't care how much it is, $1, $10, whatever you have, you can contribute. You can go to our headquarters or you can go online and you can fund us online. Go on our website, all the options are right there, or you can go in person and you can assist. We're going to stand in the front lines and we're going to save this country. Ladies and gentlemen, if we don't do this now, we're in trouble. Hear me? If we don't do this now, we're in trouble. There will be no more hope for New Bahamas. If we don't stand up now, this one is over. I want you to understand that your children cannot
I'm gonna be free all
fight
day.
this fight that you may be giving them to fight.
With my face turned to the sun.
I'm calling on all the women to stand
Weight on my
COI.
shoulders, a bullet in
We
my
want to see a
gun.
change. We want to see the aim is put first. We want to benefit from our natural
Oh, I got
resources.
eyes in the
You are
back of
ready.
my head, just in
Stand
case
with
I
us.
have to run.
This is do or die now.
I do what I can when I can while I
I want
can.
5 years from now, you're ready. Well, we should have listened to me.
While the clouds roll
You know,
back
some
and the
people are saying, well, we
stars
should
fill
listen
the
to God.
night, that's when I'm
And we know
gonna
this.
stand up, take my people with me.
Yeah.
Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Paradigm.
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine,
Be on time. We're starting on time.
gonna start moving
Friday.
towards that separating line.
Our
I'm
prayer
wading
for
through
good.
muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad.
And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Shine stars fill the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Let the prayer relates to you. It's a new Bahamas. It's a true Bahamas. It's a Bahamas.
Home back peaceful.
we love. The Bahamas, different. The Bahamas,
Easy now. I'm gonna be free or die.
thank you for joining me. Spread the word. Talk to all your friends and family. Feel it in my bones. Friday's gonna be exciting.